Welcome to my adventure while exploring California. During this trip, I explore LA, drive along the Pacific Coast Highway, and explore San Francisco.
Hey, I just arrived here at the Griffith Observatory. It's been about an hour drive from LA airports.
In 1896, Griffith donated 3,015 acres of land surrounding the observatory to the city of Los Angeles. In his will, he donated funds to build an observatory, exhibit hall, and planetarium on the donated land. Construction began on June 20th, 1933, and opened to the public on May 14th, 1935, as the country's third planetarium. With an estimated population of over 18.3 million in 2023, Los Angeles is the second largest metropolitan area in the country, behind New York, as well as one of the largest megacities in the world. The observatory was featured twice in Rebel Without a Cause, 1955, both of which helped make it an international emblem of Los Angeles. A bust of the film star James Dean was subsequently placed at the west side of the grounds. Originally the Hollywoodland sign, it is situated on Mount Lee, above Beechwood Canyon in the Santa Monica Mountains. Spelling out the word Hollywoodland, it was originally erected in 1923 as a temporary advertisement for a local real estate development. Due to increasing recognition, the sign was left up with the last four letters land, removed in 1949. The sign was entirely replaced in 1978 with a more durable all-steel 45-foot tall, 13.7 m structure and concrete footings. The first Hollywood Walk of Fame stars were unveiled in 1958, and the first permanent stars were placed in 1960 embedded in the sidewalks along 15 blocks and 3 blocks of Vine Street in the Hollywood district, Hollywood Boulevard. The stars are monuments to achievement in the entertainment industry and bear the names of a mix of actors, filmmakers, musicians, inventors, businessmen, fictional characters, and more. Capitol Studios opened in 1956 and a recording studio located at the landmark Capitol Records building in Hollywood, California. Grauman's Chinese Theater is a movie palace on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. The theater opened May 18, 1927, with the premiere of Cecil B. DeMille's The King of Kings. It has since been home to many premieres, including the 1977 debut of Star Wars. Among the theater's features are the concrete blocks set in the forecourt, which bear the signatures, footprints, and handprints of popular motion picture personalities from the 1920s to the present day. LA is home to the Space Shuttle Endeavour located in the California Science Center. It successfully completed 25 missions into space, including the first service mission to the Hubble Space Telescope, as well as the first mission to add a U.S. component to the International Space Station between 1992 through 2011. Los Angeles City Hall, completed in 1928, is the center of the government of the city of Los Angeles, California, and houses the mayor's office and the meeting chambers and offices of the Los Angeles City Council. An observation level is open to the public on the 27th floor. The views of downtown and its horizon are specular. Los Angeles City Hall was designed to resemble an ancient wonder of the world and was dedicated in 1928. This historic landmark is a 36-story, 460-foot tall, steel-framed building with riveted connections. The Los Angeles City Hall Rotunda is on the third floor. This floor features a patterned rotunda and also contains various artifacts and gifts from other countries. Venice Beach can refer to a neighborhood in Los Angeles known for its bohemian vibe, boardwalk, skate park, and Muscle Beach, or a city in Florida celebrated for its shark tooth hunting and beautiful coastline. Mission San Buenaventura, the ninth Spanish Mission Catholic parish church established by the head of the Franciscan missions in California, Junipero Serra, on March 31st, 1782, located in Ventura. The main road leading to the Sandstone Peak trailhead is Yerba Buena Road in Malibu. The gradual climb offers views, but keep your eye on the road as they curve quickly and incoming traffic quick just as well. Sandstone Peak, also known as Mount Allen, is a mountain in Ventura County, California. It is the highest summit in the Santa Monica Mountains, with an elevation of 3,114 feet. The Boy Scouts of America petitioned the U.S. Board on Geographic Names to name the mountain for W. Herbert Allen, who had donated land for nearby Camp Circle X and other Boy Scout camps. The journey was about 2 hours round trip. I carried 1.5 liter of water camel pack with a power bar. Mission Santa Barbara, the 10th mission in Alta California, was founded by Padre Fermin Lasuen for the Franciscan Order on December 4th, 1786, located in Santa Barbara, California. The first Europeans to settle in the immediate area near the Bay of San Simeon were Portuguese shore whalers under the command of Captain Joseph Clark. In 1869, Captain Clark built a wharf near the point for his whaling station. A small community grew near the 1869 wharf, but the waves near the wharf were too high, and the wharf was abandoned. Shore whaling continued on the point until the mid-1890s. It ceased for a short time, started up again in 1897, and continued until about 1908 when it ceased for good. The Piedras Blancas Lighthouse is a historic lighthouse located in San Simeon, California, on the Central Coast. Originally illuminated in 1875. The Piedras Blancas Elephant Seal Rookery lets visitors observe elephant seals up close and in their element. Located along a beautiful stretch of coastline, the rookery is easily accessible, free, and open to the public all year round. The Piedras Blancas Rookery hosts up to 24,000 elephant seals each year, from the baby elephant seal to the 5,000-pound adult male. Females weigh in at up to 1,800 pounds and pups are about 70 pounds at birth. The largest seal in the Northern Hemisphere, the northern elephant seal migrates to the Piedras Blancas Elephant Seal Rookery twice each year. The name elephant seal comes from the size of the male animal's nose, which resembles an elephant's trunk. At age 9, the bulbous nose helps the males sound out loud calls before fighting or challenging another seal. Hearst Castle, or the Enchanted Hill, was conceived by William Randolph Hearst, the publishing tycoon, and his architect, Julia Morgan. Julia Morgan worked closely with Hearst during continual construction from 1920 until 1939. The decorative style of the Casa del Sol is Moorish, accentuated by the use of antique Persian tiles. The guest houses flank Casa Grande, echoing a tinted encampment, and are single-storied at the front elevations with multiple levels to the rear. The Neptune Pool is an outdoor swimming pool, includes fountains, ornamental pools, sculptures, marble pavilions, alabaster lanterns, dressing rooms, and a mainly reconstructed ancient temple facade. The pool's main axis centerpiece and north terminus is elaborated from parts of the facade of an ancient Roman temple that William Randolph Hearst had purchased in Europe and imported to San Simeon. Casa del Monte was the first of the guest houses, originally entitled simply Houses A, Del Mar, B, Del Monte, and C, Del Sol, built by Morgan on the slopes below the site of Casa Grande during 1920 to 1924. William Randolph Hearst acquired the sculptures of the goddess Sekhmet in the 1920s, buying them from reputable art dealers and auction houses in New York and London.
The South owns 25% of the world's art market. Whoa. You're seeing 10% of Mr. Hearst's collection.
Wow.
Their own warehouses, the family owns it. From New York to California. They're everywhere.
Does the family stay in the haciendas?
No, the family has it. Well, they did until 1972.
Okay.
They're allowed to stay until 72, and then the state shut that down, and now this is just...
Casa Grande, inspired by the Church of Santa Maria la Mayor, Ronda, Spain, forms the centerpiece of Hearst's estate. Completed in 1926, the assembly room is the main reception room of the castle with most magnificent interiors. The fireplace is originally from a Burgundian chateau. The ceiling is from an Italian palazzo. A concealed door in the paneling next to the fireplace allowed Hearst to surprise and opened off an elevator which connected with his Gothic suite on the third floor. The refectory was the only dining room in the castle, built between 1926 and 1927. The choir stalls which line the walls are from a cathedral in Catalonia, Spain. The silk flags are polio banners from Siena, Italy. The central table provided seating for 22 in its usual arrangement of 2 tables, which could be extended to 3 or 4 on the occasion of larger gatherings. Guests could enter the Hearst Castle Billiard was a central part of the evening's activities, where both genders played billiards together. Only his wealthy and elite guests, including prominent figures from Hollywood, politics, and sports, would have been able to see a movie at Hearst Castle. The Roman pool, constructed under the tennis courts, provided an indoor alternative to the Neptune pool. Completed in 1935, inspiration for the mosaic decoration came from the Mausoleum of Galla Placidia in Ravenna. The tiles are of Murano glass with gold leaf and were designed by Solon and manufactured in San Francisco. Although a pool of spectacular beauty, it was little used being located in a less visited part of the complex. The main bedrooms within Hearst Castle's Casa Grande include those in the Gothic Suite and the Celestial Suite. The Gothic Suite has bedrooms and a study that was William Randolph Hearst's office. While the Celestial Suite is located in the upper floors and includes the South Celestial bedroom and other tower bedrooms. Building Hearst Castle today would cost between $700 million and $1 billion, based on estimates derived from its original construction cost and the current market value of the property and its contents. El Camino Real in California is not a single trail, but a historical route that connected the 21 Spanish missions from San Diego to Sonoma, and today is largely followed by the modern U.S. Highway 101. This 600-mile commemorative route connecting 21 Spanish missions in California traces the path of the original Spanish missionaries and the trails they used. Stop every chance you get when you see a view while driving along the Pacific Coast Highway. The views are spectacular. Driving from LA to San Francisco will result in a detour once you arrive at San Simeon. Driving through the wine country was a new experience. If I were to continue through, however, my photos and memories are an example of what to expect once repairs are completed. Pfeiffer Big Sur State Park is a state park in Monterey County, California, near the area of Big Sur on the state's central coast. A redwood tree in the park, nicknamed the Colonial Tree, is estimated to be between 1,100 and 1,200 years old. Archaeological evidence shows that the Esalen lived in Big Sur as early as 3500 BC, leading a nomadic hunter-gatherer existence. The mission of St. Charles Borromeo of the Carmel River, first built in 1797, is one of the most authentically restored Catholic mission churches in California. Mission San Juan Bautista, the 15th mission in city of San Juan Bautista, was founded by San Juan Bautista on June 24, 1797. It consisted of barracks for the soldiers, a nunnery, the Jose Castro House, the Plaza Hotel, and other buildings were constructed around a large grassy plaza in front of the church and can be seen today in their original
1797.
form.
So I'm gonna go check out the town. As you can tell, the town is pretty old. Really small town. So I just visited the chapel. This is just a panoramic view of the center of the church itself. But this is this mission is actually the mission that was filmed in Alfred Hitchcock's Vertigo. There was a tower. Apparently, the tower. Mr. Hitchcock came out and had filmed the piece of the tower scene. And then years later, when he came back to finish up the movie, apparently the tower or the bell had fallen off to the top, and because of the dry rot, and this was a kind of surprise Alfred Hitchcock. So it's a little bit background, little backdrop of the actual mission itself.
The California Gold Rush of 1849 brought rapid growth, making it the largest city on the West Coast at the time. In 2024, San Francisco had an estimated population of 827,526 residents. As of 2024, Francisco proper is the fourth largest city in California and 17th largest city in the U.S. The San Francisco Bay Area is home to 4.6 to 9.2 million residents.
We just got here, been here for about a couple of hours, finding parking spaces.
Alcatraz Island is a small island about 1.25 miles, developed in the mid-19th century with facilities for a lighthouse, a military fortification, and a military prison. In 1934, the island was converted into a federal prison, Alcatraz Federal Penitentiary. The strong tidal currents around the island and ice-cold water temperatures made escape nearly impossible, giving the prison one of the most notorious reputations of its kind in American history. On November 20th, 1969, a group entitled Indians of All Tribes held the island for 19 months until June 11th, 1971. The occupation was a protest for Native American civil rights, drawing global attention to the injustices faced by indigenous peoples. The occupation ended on June 11, 1971, when U.S. Marshals removed the remaining occupants. The event was a significant success in raising awareness for Native American rights and reversing federal policies of termination and forced assimilation. The Alcatraz Recreation Yard was an outdoor area where inmates could exercise and play games like baseball and dominoes, providing a brief respite from the harsh reality of prison life. Inmates at Alcatraz were confined to their cells for the majority of each day, with a strict daily schedule dictating their time. D Block housed the worst inmates, and 6 cells at its end were designated the Hole. Prisoners with behavioral problems were sent to these for periods of often brutal punishment. On the night of June 11, 1962, inmates Frank Morris and brothers John and Clarence Anglin escaped from Alcatraz Federal Penitentiary. Spent 6 months preparing their breakout. The 3 men tucked papier-mâché model heads resembling their own likenesses into their beds, broke out of the main prison.
So every Sunday there were services. Apparently they were pretty sparsely attended, which I would have come just to get out of my cell, right? But like Machine Gun Kelly and Capone, I think were altar boys.
Oh,
so,
wow.
The gun gallery was a security measure designed to give guards a commanding view of the general population cell blocks, A, B, and C. Prison employees lived with their families on Alcatraz in government-owned apartments, cottages, and houses, such as the large Building 64 and the Commandant's House. The island was designed to function like a small town, complete with a social club, bowling alley, and store for the residents. The first lighthouse on the island was completed in 1854 and served the bay during its time as a citadel and military prison. It was demolished after it was damaged due to earthquake in 1906. Concrete Tower was built in 1909. At the time of its opening in 1937, it was both the longest and the tallest suspension bridge in the world, titles it held until 1964 and 1998 respectively. The prison closed on March 21, 1963, leaving the island a major tourist attraction today with nearly 1.4 million people visiting the island annually. Ferries to Alcatraz run approximately every 30 to 40 minutes, depending on the season, with departures starting around 8:45 a.m. from ferry from Pier 33 Alcatraz landing in San Francisco. Before the bridge was built, the only practical short route between San Francisco and what is now Marin County was by boat across a section of San Francisco Bay. The Golden Gate Bridge was the most used suicide site in the world prior to the installation of suicide prevention jumpers would fall for 4 seconds, then hit the water at around 75 miles per hour. Most would die from impact trauma. About 5% would survive the initial impact, but generally drown or die of hypothermia in the cold water. There's a toll collected only in the southbound direction toward San Francisco. The bunkers around San Francisco, like the coastal observation stations and artillery batteries, served as a defense system to protect the San Francisco Bay from potential naval attacks during World War I and World War II. Bodega Bay is 67 miles from San Francisco and took approximately an hour and a half to arrive. The original Tides restaurant in Bodega Bay, California, which was used in the filming of The Birds, no longer exists because it burned down. It has since been rebuilt and is now part of the inn at the Tides, though the structure seen in the movie is not the original. The current building was constructed in the 1990s and is a different physical structure.
Doesn't exist anymore because it got burnt down, so they rebuilt it. And this is the remnants of the restaurant. Somewhat resembles it, but not much. Little memorabilia from the movie itself.
The chapel featured in Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds is the St. Teresa of Avila Church in Bodega, California. It is a historic Catholic church built in 1860, and while not the main focus, it appears in several background scenes of the film, including near the famous schoolhouse. The Potter Schoolhouse, a soaring white wood building built in 1873, played a prominent role in the filming of The Birds. Once upon a time, this old schoolhouse served as a local community center, inn, and restaurant. The property was abandoned before Hitchcock chose this location, and so when his crews shored up and rebuilt the schoolhouse for filming, it saved this landmark. I hope that you enjoyed my highlights while traveling along the El Camino Real or Pacific Coast Highway from LA to San Francisco Coast. A rental car is a must, and be sure to plot your adventure via Google Maps. I would recommend a week and a half to explore all these sites. Keep traveling and happy trails.
Generate by AI.